Hey guys, I just wanted to do a really quick update about Bitcoin, and I wanted to respond to a few comments. I told you guys I was going to be doing a new video about space and time, and some of the comments I got, I was just very surprised at how some people, what they still believe. Anyways, I'll cover that into this video because that's not about Bitcoin. But I did want to cover a few things, just some price targets and things to pay attention to. As you saw in the thumbnail and the title, I am very serious about this. If we continue sideways below a specific price, I do believe that we're going to have one epic drop. I know a lot of you are bullish, expecting a bull run. You know what? If we go sideways and push above that price, we probably have a lot more upside. But at least we know to pay attention that if we're below a certain price, you know when to get the hell out. And I think that time is coming up very soon. The last video I put up, I told you guys that look, this is a pattern we were in, and go watch that last video. I'll link up to it now. But it said your point too long was around 42,195, and it said your next major support was around, I think this is 41,500. So this is the point you would long if we drop. We did drop below, came back up, found support, and pushed up. So you can see here, we dropped below it. So this is our major support at 41,500. We didn't quite make it to that. Notice that next candle opened perfectly right on the support level, which also matched the D1. We'll cover that as well. And I'll give you the timing and this key resistance above that we need to pay attention to. Guys, real quick, if you're in the US, you're looking for exchange to trade on with no KYC, and in some states you do not need a VPN, check out CoinCats. The link to sign up is pinned in the first comment description. You can trade up to 125 times leverage. Two other exchanges I use are BitGet and BingX. Those links are also pinned in the first comment description. This is a tutorial I put up teaching you how to trade on BitGet, open a long, a short, trigger order, stop loss, all that. If you can watch this video, I'll put a link up to it. Remember, once you can trade on one, you can trade on them all. So again, we did find support here at 42,180. I'm going to go through these charts and give you your levels. I just want to cover a few other things. In Discord, I made a post. In that previous video, I did talk about if we pushed up to pay attention to this pattern we were in. As the current resistance is now 43,500. We're still in the channel. I was mentioning the H1 chart, 43,500, and this resistance level here. Also extended this out. You can see that that was the top. So you can see, I said, take note, yellow trend line. We pushed up to this point, see previous resistance, support, support, resistance, and we got a rejection right here. But this was our resistance, and you can see from that point we came down. We've been dropping since, and I update these charts as price goes along. Added this trend line that was our support in the 1 hour and the 2 hour, and price started dropping. And you can see now we are testing our support level here, right at 42,368. This could break. This is just a trend line support. Your most key support now. I mean, there's a lot of support here. 41,978 down to 41,600 now. If we get below 41,600 and that becomes resistance, then we are headed down to. Let me find my arrow tool here. So we're headed down to, if we break, listen to what I'm saying, guys, if we break below 41,600 and this becomes resistance, then we are headed down to this ring. And as I said in those previous videos, we've never made contact with one of these orange rings without getting a major bounce. So I do think it's possible we could push up from this point. This is if we break below 41,600. We could bounce from around 42,000, 41,600 and push back up. Again, this is now your key resistance, this trend line here. I'm going to give you resistance levels above. Again, like I'm saying, if we're in a range, this is possible, we could just go up and down, and go sideways as we approach this ring. But we know if we're below a certain price, well, in about 15 days, that's when that next epic drop is going to happen. And again, this was that was showing the H1 chart also right here. So we had two resistance levels, plus we have this trend line of support. And you can see we broke below this point. So your next support level to pay attention to, right, is right at 42,300. You just go back and see that this is previously support, and we did go below it briefly. Let's check what this next support level below is. This is 41,132. And remember on my charts, guys, green means long, and red means short. So your next point to chance along would be at 42,300. But most importantly, and you can see this matches 42,368. That is going to be a support level, but just a trend line support. Your strongest support level to open your next long is around 42,000 to 41,600. But once that breaks, if that breaks, we're headed down to this point. This is where you'd want to go long, but at any point we cross this, as I said, you'd want to go short. And before I give you that upside target and the timing, guys, let's see. I wanted to cover a few other things. So this was that D1 chart, and in that previous video, I remember I said, look, this was your next support level. We had a wick below. The next candle that opened was right at 42,150, and we pushed up from it. So that is a key support level to watch. That's what I'm saying. There's so much support around 42,150 down to 41,600. So that is a point you want to pay attention to. That's where you'd open along with a stop below. But once you break that, the next point too long will be this ring. And then once we cross that ring, then expect some downside. Now, before I give you those price target or that upside target, I did want to cover this with the Dow. Notice the Dow is pushing up. The other indices I imagine are pushing up as well. We're riding up this curve right here as support. I do think it's very possible that as price is pushing up, a lot of people are hearing this about the Fed's going to start lowering interest rates. And I know that markets try to predict what's going to happen way out, and they think, okay, lower interest rates, free money. So that's pushing the price up. But historically, when the Fed lowers interest rates, that means something's broken, and they're going to do this because they know that something serious is about to happen. So it is possible that at least for the Dow, we could push up to 38,550. That is possible, but that is the strongest resistance level I have on this chart. So I would open a put at that point. And it's possible we could just bounce up this, get a rejection, cross this, maybe come back down, make contact, and then drop from that point. We could just drop from this point, push up. I just know that we are close to being topped with the Dow, which means, if the indices move together, that means we're topped with the other indices, S&P and the NASDAQ as well. And I do know that if we stay, now I'm just telling you, this chart right here, I know that this is a very key critical resistance level, right? So this is what I'm saying. If we stay below 45,000, all right, even if we just chop up and down, right, let's just say, something like this, if you just go by the meat of the candle, right, we could be in something like this. This is a bullish pattern. I will give you that if we're in that pattern. I'm not so sure we are. But if we got above this point, all right, 45,000 is still a key resistance level. If we go to this chart here, right, let me go to the 1 day. So your current support level 42,000 down to 41,622. But I think it's more likely if we push up, our key resistance levels are here. Let me duplicate this line. So I think it's very possible if we push up, say we get another bounce, we don't break below 41,600, the next resistance level to pay attention to is up around, this would be 44,400. Again, it's angle depends when you make contact. Out here is around 45,760. I don't think we will make it that high because we would have to get above this fib channel line on the D1 chart, right? And if we go down here and we mark this off, this is around 44,150. I think it's more likely we're just going to bounce and go sideways, right? We're going to just bounce, potentially, we could find support here, right? We could find support down here, push back up, get rejected. What I'm saying is, I think it's very likely that we're just going to get chopped, all right? And we could get a bounce here, which I think is very likely. I mentioned in the last video. We could ride up this ring, but at any point we cross it, right? I don't think we're going to get above 45K. I think that was pretty much the top. If we get above that and we continue up, then I'm wrong. We have a lot more upside. But if we stay below 45K, all right, and we just measure this. So let's go to the D1 chart right here. So if we measure this, when price is already down at the time of recording this video, 42,400. So if we go sideways from this point, right, and we're below, so measure tool here, and we go, let's just say from this point, let's say we push up to around, this would be close to 44,800. Within 18 days, we'll have crossed that ring, right? So either we pump or we get a major drop. Where price is at now, we could cross this ring in, 10 days? And the lower we go, the closer we get to this ring. And I've shown you historically, every time we cross one of these orange rings, we get one massive drop. So this is pretty much your last warning. I hope you're paying attention to this. We're getting closer and closer to this ring. Let me just zoom out really quick and show you this. I know there's a lot on this chart. I haven't shown you this in a while for new people that are following me, but just take note right here. Look, we crossed this, and this is what I was talking about. Every time we hit the ring, it's support. We hit right here, we pushed way up, it came down, it was support again, we broke it, and you can see how massive of a drop we had, right? It became support again, right? We pushed up, it became resistance. We pushed up a bit and had another massive drop. My point is, we are getting very, very close to this ring. And if it plays out anything like it did here, we could be looking at one hell of a drop when we cross this ring. And it just plays along completely with our support level on the Dow, seeing how overextended all the indices are, Bitcoin as well. So I'm just saying something big is coming, and we'll know if we stay below 45K, right? And within the next, 10 to 15 days, depending on price, we'll have crossed this ring. So we'll find out soon enough, but I'm very confident we cross this ring. You can expect a pretty big move down. How far down, I don't know, but at least you know you have a point to go short. So that covers your key support resistance levels and gives you timing. So again, before I cover some of those comments in the previous video, if you do want to sign up, get access to these charts, the website is optikercrypto.com, links pinned first comment description. Make sure you email me through this website. All right, click on contact, that's an email address. So if you sign up, make sure you email me, and then I will give you an invite link to Discord. You can pay with USDT and USDC. Make sure you email me through the website to get an address to send payment if you want to go that way. And again, guys, if you want to sign up, if you're in the US looking for a great exchange to trade on, CoinCatch is a great option for you. No KYC. In some states in the US, you do not even need a VPN. Two other exchanges I use are BitGet and BingX. All those links are pinned first comment description. So in regards to the last video I talked about, I was going to be putting up a video, a new theory of gravity. I am so surprised at some of these comments. This person here, Thoth3345, gravity is a hoax, just like NASA. Every major country has a fake space agency. I can't believe some of these people actually believe this. We live on a flat, stationary plane in the firmament. Okay, so this is a flat earther. And someone else said, I couldn't believe some of these comments that people were putting in here. Einstein's daddy, something about Epstein. Outer space is fake. I cannot believe some of these people still believe this. Gravity is a fake as F theory to support a fake global. Some of you guys need to just watch some documentaries and read some books or something. By the way, my theory, every theory that or prediction that Einstein put out actually was proven to be true. He predicted there would be time dilation, right? And we know this because of GPS satellites. The GPS satellites, their clocks tick off. They tick off slower than the clocks down on Earth, and they have to adjust for this. So that was proven true. That was a prediction Einstein made. It was proven true. Einstein also predicted that light, even though it has no mass, a photon, particle, no mass, would still be affected by gravity. Which is crazy because if it has no mass, it shouldn't be affected. But we know this to be true. It's been proven because you can see the location you can see one star in two locations because the light gets distorted by other stars passing by. So it looks like it's in two locations. Anyways, these have all been proven true. My theory still allows for all of these predictions that Einstein predicted to be true, and it still works within my theory. And I can't go into more detail because it would give away what I'm going to be showing in that video. But some of you people really need to watch some documentaries, and it just amazes me that people still think the Earth is flat and that gravity isn't real. And Einstein predicted, he came up with EMC square. He's the reason that we were able to make the atomic bomb. So I just can't believe how stupid some people are. But anyways, I just wanted to cover that. And again, I will be making videos. I'm not going to stop making videos, guys. I'm just going to be putting some time into this video that I want to get up, which means I won't be doing as many videos. But yeah, I'll still keep you guys updated as price moves along. But the most important thing to pay attention to is this ring. Yes, we could hit this ring and get one hell of a bounce and just go to the moon. Yes, that is possible. All I'm telling you is pay attention, because when we cross this ring, historically, every time we do, we get a major drop. So at least you know if we're below 45,000, within the next 15 to 18 days, if we're below that price, we'll have crossed this ring and we know we are going down. That's just all I want to get across to you. I gave you key support and resistance levels to pay attention to. So, sorry, I got all these charts up here. Just pay attention to these price targets, okay? We're right now at a key of, not a key support, this is just a trend line support, 42,368. That'd be point to open a scalp long. Take note, this is the Bollinger Band on the 2 hour. But your strongest support is around 41,000, let's say 42,000 to 41,600. That'd be the point to open along with the stop, let's say 41,500 around that area. Too long up to potentially 43,943, possibly up to 44,400. All right, and if we go higher, I already gave you that target. This is up around 45,663. I don't think we'll go that high because of the D1 chart and that fib retracement, which is basically a fib channel. But I don't think we'll go that high. I do think we're going to chop. But again, if we get below 41,600, that becomes resistance. Then we are headed down to this ring. This is where you would go long. At any point you cross it, that is when you go short. So you have the timing, you have your targets, you know what to pay attention to. I say, guys, trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.